Cole Silliman. Number 13, Trent Ogle. Number 6, Trace Smith. Hunter Neal. Number 3, Trey Lindsay. Number 66, Damian McLaughlin. Number 15, Ty Jones. 27, Mason Reeves. And number 7, Trevor Clark. And your coaches, Kendrick Biggs, Keith Biggs, and Jason Warren. And from your host team, Monroe, Louisiana, number 2, Chase Duncan. Number 4, Austin Tidwell. Number 32, Will Heath. 14, Luke Honeycutt. 19, Peyton Parker. 8, Dawson Huckabee. 10, Trevor Rugg. 1, Cameron Dollar. 15, Kent Berry. 3, Jacob White. 5, Parker Coley. 12, Zach Shaw. 13, Jackson McCann. 18, Eli Stringer. 23, Nick Gomer. 24, MD Talley. 25, Justin Lawson. And 33, Connor Wiley. Your head coach from Monroe, Jay Culver. Assistants, Blake Wolf, Christian Kidd, and Thomas Nicholson.
Ladies and gentlemen, this time, please rise. Gentlemen, kindly remove your hats for introduction, followed by our national anthem. Let us pray. Father God, once again, we thank you, God, for this game called baseball. We thank you, God, for the talents, God, you bless these young men with. We thank you, God, for the coaches, the families that bring them here day in and day out. God, we bless the umpires as well today, Father. Just give us a great game of baseball. Bless us all as we travel home. We ask this in Christ's name. Amen.
And good morning, everybody, and welcome here back to Monroe, Louisiana for our final day. It's championship Wednesday here for the Dixie Majors in 2018 here in Monroe, Louisiana. I'm Chuck Sebastian for JockJive.com. Glad to have you along, and thanks for tuning in. We also want to thank the broadcast being simulcast on the sports beat of East Texas on ESPN 1450 AM and 96.9 FM. Good morning to you folks as well. Current temperature here, 77, partly cloudy skies, some sun peeking through. Should be a pretty nice day for this game. And the weather, if it holds out, should be good to go. No rain in the forecast, but there are times where sometimes these showers just pop up. Let's tell you a little bit about each team and how they got here. Marshall, Texas will be the visiting team. They are the team with one loss. They are coming out of the losers bracket. They started back on July 28th, and the first day they would play Brooksville, Florida. They would lose that game 12-1 and get knocked to the losers bracket immediately. Their next game was against the Gwinnett County, Georgia team. They would beat them 5-3. They would move on to play the next day and get a bye. The following night, they would play against Brooksville, Florida again. This time, though, Marshall, Texas wins that game 5-2. And then yesterday afternoon, they would play Arkansas in a one-run contest. Marshall winning that one 1-0, and that all started with a walk in the first inning. The run scored for Texas, and that was it the rest of the game. Neither team could provide any more offense. For Monroe, it's been a different story. They are the host squad, and they started off with Laurel, Mississippi. They would beat them 4-1. The next day, they would beat Hueytown, Alabama 2-0. Moving on into the game against Prescott, Arkansas, they would win that one 14-0. They had only given up one run going into last night's game against North Charleston, South Carolina, where they would find themselves in a bit of a battle offensively. They ended up winning the game and holding on to a 9-8 win, moving them into the championship game undefeated. So that's where we're at. Monroe, Louisiana against Marshall, Texas for the championship. Now, if Marshall, Texas does win, we will play a second game, the if game, right after, about 30 minutes after the completion of this one. Of course, if Monroe wins, the tournament is over, and they are the 2018 Dixie Majors baseball champions. So, nice day here today. Like I said, 77 is the current temperature. Pretty good crowd on hand for it being an early morning game here in the middle of the week in Louisiana. But the crowd has shown up for the ball players, and it's good to see. We had a pretty decent crowd last night. Of course, it was 7 o'clock on a Tuesday night, a little easier to get out of work maybe and come and catch the ball game. We're going to bring it all to you coming up next right here on Jock Jive Sports. You stay tuned.
Just about all White Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it.
Welcome back, everybody. As we get set to go for the first inning, Texas will lead it off with Christian Biggs, followed by Colton Robertson. Ben Bridges, Cole Silman, Trent Ogle will be DH'd for. Ty Jones will bat for him. Trey Smith, Hunter Neal, Trey Lindsey, and McLaughlin, the right fielder today. Leading things off is Biggs, the center fielder. He'll bat from the left side, and he will face Luke Honeycutt, who was on the mound today for Monroe. So, top of the first inning, welcome to the championship game here for the Dixie Majors. And the first pitch is a fastball right down the pipe for strike one, and our first pitch is at 9:57. Second one back to the mound on a one-hopper. Throw over to first, and Biggs goes down 1-3. First out of the inning. And that'll bring up Colton Robertson.
Now for Texas, number 4, your pitcher, Colton Robertson.
Robertson comes to the plate. Last night He was 0 for 3. Was hit by a pitch in his first at-bat. Takes a pitch high for ball 1. The right-hander on the mound, Luke Honeycutt. Looks like he throws pretty hard there. I'm going to guess those fastballs up in the mid, maybe upper 80s. Swung on, speaking of, fouled off on an inside pitch there. No, they're going to say it got him. So Roberson is hit by the pitch again to start off the game. And down to first. I thought he swung and it got a piece of him, according to the umpire, before it hit the bat. So down to first goes Colton.
Number 17, Ben Bridges.
Ben Bridges will come to the plate last night. A strikeout victim got on by an error and flew out. That was against Arkansas. Like I said, in a game that they just only were able to produce the 1 run to get the win, but nothing else throughout the rest of the game. They had runners aboard but couldn't plate them. See how they do here against the Monroe squad. Decent lead for Roberson over there at first. Top of the first, no score, 1 away. Back over to first, keeping the runner close, is Honeycutt. Over there at first base, the big man Trevor Rugg handling the duties today. Looks in, gets the sign, delivers. Strike called. A little bit of a change there and a rising fastball that comes up on Bridges, the catcher for Texas. And the count goes to no balls, 2 strikes. Swung on, ground ball. Third base, picked up, flipped to second. Has to reach back to tow the bag and gets the out and can't make the double play. So a fielder's choice puts Bridges at first. Second out recorded
Number 19, your first baseman,
on the fielder's choice that goes 5-4. Pulled his foot a little bit, had to reach back, try to tow the bag. Does get the foot on the bag to get the out, but then, of course, doesn't have the time to make the double play ball. Speaking of big first baseman, here's Cole Silliman, and I mean, he is a big kid, and he can hit a baseball. Ended up with a hard hit in the first inning, grounded out, and then walked in yesterday's game. In his 3 at-bats, this one he flares foul to the right side. It'll go out of play for strike 1. Defensively around the bags, over there at third is Will Heath. At second is Duncan Chase, and at short is Peyton Parker. And as we mentioned, first base Trevor Rugg. The outfield, right field Kent Berry, center field Cameron Dollar, and in left field Austin Tidwell. This one hit high in the air towards right, going back. It's going to go to the warning track, 330. The big man is on his way to second. Here comes the runner. The throw to the plate is going to be up the line, and the first run is going to score. Texas does it with a double from Cole Silliman. He gave it a ride, and it just took off. And the right fielder, Barry, has to turn around and chase that one down all the way to the warning track at the 3:30 mark before picking it up. Texas puts the first run on the board. And similar to what they did in yesterday's contest, with 2 outs, 1 runner still down at second, and a 1-run lead. That'll bring up Ty Jones, the DH. He will bat for the left fielder, Trent Ogle. So Jones now to the plate with the runner at second and 1 out, or 2 outs. Takes a strike on that first pitch. So Texas jumping out early against Monroe. Again, the first few days of the tournament, the pitching staff giving up only 1 run. Last night, though, 8 runs across the plate against them. One of those, a big inning when they were down 5-0. The North Charleston, South Carolina squad scored 5 in the top of the inning to get the game tied up before Monroe came back and scored 4 to take the lead. High fastball, swing and a miss, and he struck him out. So we have played 1/2 inning. We're going to the bottom of the first next. It is a 1-0 lead for Texas. You're watching the Dixie Majors on JockJive.com. Welcome back, everybody, as we get set to go here. Bottom of the first inning. Again, Texas with the lead. Let's set up their defense for you. On the mound will be Colton Roberson. Behind the plate will be Ben Bridges. Over at first, Cole Silman. Hunter Neal will play second. Trey Lindsay is at short, and Trey Smith is at third. In the outfield, Damian McLaughlin will play right field today. Trent Ogle will be in left field, and in center field will be Christian Biggs. And on the hill, Colton is a right-hander. He will face the Monroe, Louisiana lineup that looks like this. Chase Duncan, Austin Tidwell, Will Heath, and Luke Honeycutt will be your first four batters. Batting in the fifth spot will be Peyton Parker, followed by Dawson Huckabee, Trevor Rugg, Cameron Dollar, and Kent Berry. So 1-0 lead early for Texas. They did that against Arkansas and won that game 1-0 yesterday afternoon. And like I said, it was a battle, and it was a one-run win for the Texas squad, courtesy of a leadoff walk that happened in that first inning. They were able to plate that run. Arkansas never able to plate a run, and Texas didn't plate anymore after that either. Both teams had left at least 5 or 6 men on base. So Chase Duncan, the second baseman now, will come to the plate. And he will get ready to go here in the bottom of the first. And he will take the first pitch on the outside corner, called for a strike, and it's 0-1. Tidwell in the on-deck circle for Monroe. That one a little bit outside. You can hear the umpire tell the pitcher where the pitch is. Kind of like that when you're a guy on the hill. You can hear where the pitch is. Swung on, popped up right side, and it will go out of play. There'll be no chase, no opportunities there. 1-2. 330 down the lines, 375 into the alleys, 405 to the big center field wall, which is 25 feet high. So it's a pretty good poke, and the outfield for Texas playing a little deep today. Knowing the power of this Monroe squad, they have hit some home runs. One of them last night, a 3-run homer by Peyton Parker. But other than that, that is the only ball we've seen leave this park. Like I said, you got to hit it pretty good. Now, they did play at Sterlington, the other park, and that is where they were hitting those home runs. And that park is up the road. A beautiful facility up the road. About 12 miles or so is what they tell me. Has 5 high school diamonds on it, and they are all turf. Here, of course, natural grass. 2-2 pitch on the way. Check to swing up. Umpire says nope. Swing and a miss. First strikeout recorded, and it's 1 away.
Number 4, Austin Tidwell.
Here's Tidwell coming to the plate. So Roberson gets a strikeout to start the first inning here. Comes in with a curveball, a little tight, 1-0. Again, the outfield playing deep. Middle of the infield playing out towards the edge of the grass. First and third on the corner. Whoa, just over the line. Shot. And that one just over the glove of the third baseman. He started to make a move to his left. And it looked like Trey Smith was actually going to line himself up for this, but it goes right through. And it is a single for Tidwell and the first runner aboard for Monroe.
Third baseman, number 32, Will Heath.
Here's Will Heath now with 1 out and a runner aboard. Heath will bat from the right side. Monroe, they've got good offense. They don't wait too long to try to put runs up. And like I said, competing with them, trying to outscore them can be very difficult. Quick throw back over to the first base bag and back in time. Here the wind is picking up a little bit out there, about 6-7 mile an hour, blowing the flag around pretty good. There's a swing and a miss at a change. And the count quickly 0-1 to Will Heath, the third baseman. So Austin Tidwell over at first. Roberson will keep an eye on him. He gets about a 6-step lead off the bag over there at first. Again, a change, and this time reaches out, got a piece of it, and it'll be strike 2 to Heath. The pitcher, Luke Honeycutt, is in the on-deck circle. Both teams hitting their pitchers today, and the DH only being used by the Texas squad. Back over to first, and back in time goes Tidwell. Trying to move the runner for Monroe. It's Tidwell, swing and a miss. And the second strikeout of the ball game. Robertson looks like he's got some pretty good stuff out there.
Now batting from Monroe.
Gets the second out of the inning.
Luke Honeycutt.
It'll be pitcher against pitcher. Honeycutt will bat from the left side. And Luke, with 2 outs, will try to help himself. Runner faked it, didn't go. Outside pitch, ball 1. Was not calling for that pitch outside. Was not a pitch out. Just did not put it where he wanted to. So Colton will check the sign again. Did well with a lead over there at first. About 6 steps. Edges back and then gets thrown over to and goes back into the bag safely. Again, the championship game here today. First inning of play. Bottom of the first, Texas with the early 1-0 lead. Ball in the dirt, bobbled, picked up. The throw down to second will not be in time. Just out of the glove of the shortstop, but kept into the infield, and Tidwell will go down to second. And the count will go to 2-0. So now Honeycutt with a little better opportunity to produce a run if he can get Tidwell around the third base bag and home. He's going to have to put a ball into the grass. Got a lot of room in left center field as Robertson steps off the hill and looks the runner back. They play the left-hander Honeycutt to pull towards right center and right. Down and in, and the count goes to 3-0. This will be a take pitch, I'm sure. And Honeycutt now with an opportunity here to see a fastball and then maybe set up for it again on the second pitch, unless he's given the green light on a 3-0, which I doubt he is. He's not, and it's outside and missed. So 4 straight pitches for a walk.
Shortstop number 19, Peyton Parker.
And here's Parker. This is not a man that you want with a couple of guys on the base paths. Yesterday hit one out of here in left field, just barely clearing the wall at 3:30, and it was gone. We get a pinch runner for Honeycutt. And that will be M.D. Talley taking over and doing the pinch running for the pitcher. So Talley down at first, Tidwell down at second, Parker at the plate. Roberson's going to have to be careful here. Comes in with a change, drops down low, and 5 pitches now, and he has yet to be unable to find that strike zone after striking out 2 and giving up the single to Tidwell. Checks the runner. Everybody moves back, and now he'll step off the hill, and the runner will walk back towards second. Shortstop playing a little cat and mouse right now with the runner. The first baseman playing behind the runner. That ball in the dirt outside, and a really nice stop to keep that one from going any farther. And Ben Bridges has done a nice job behind the plate for this Texas squad through the tournament. 2-0 count. Checks his runners, now delivers. Inside low, 3-0. And this time again, Peyton Parker will get an opportunity to look maybe at a good pitch. 3-0, I'm sure it's a take. Runners at first and second. Loads the bases with a walk. Nope, got it on the outside. Finally gets his strike in there after 7 pitches. And it's 3-1 to Peyton Parker, most likely a pitch that's coming into the zone at least close, giving Parker the opportunity on a 3-1 with 2 runners aboard. On the way. Down low, nope, another walk issued. So back-to-back walks issued now. Bases now loaded for the catcher, Dawson Huckabee, who will come to the plate with 2 outs. A little conference on the mound between the shortstop now and the catcher also going out. So Bridges and Trey Lindsay, who pitched yesterday in a beautiful game for Lindsay. I mean, he did a really nice job. Coming out to the mound, trying to get Colton back in where he should be. Like I said, started off with a strikeout, gave up the single, another strikeout, and then back-to-back walks have forced the bases loaded. Texas has a 1-0 lead. Umpire is chatting with the Monroe squad, trying to make sure they understand who's allowed to be out there for the on-deck only. So the infield backing up now, bases loaded, nobody holding the runners. And the first pitch is ball 1 to Huckabee. Second one is also outside and low and 2-0, and now Colton Roberson struggling a little bit here. And maybe the runners are getting under his skin. Sometimes the focus is not as well when you have runners aboard. Swung on, fouled off on a fastball, and back to the screen he goes. It's 2-1. Got to feel better about that. At least a swing was attempted here. Out of the last 2 batters, did not have to swing at all. 2-1 on the way. Ooh, man, just about got him. Spun him off the plate. That high rising fastball comes in tight. And Dawson shaking the head a little bit there. 3-1 count. It's got to be there. Colton Roberson to deliver. Swung on, foul tip. Got a piece of the catcher's glove, but it was only strike 1. The count will go full. A little pressure on both now. Roberson for the pitch and Huckabee for the bases loaded, trying to clear those bases as much as possible with a base hit. And the runners go. 3-2, 2-out swing. Foul tipped into the glove and got him. Wow. Talk about pitching yourself out of a jam as he gets the 3rd out in the inning, and they strand 3. We'll go to the top of the 2nd inning. Coming back here in just a few moments right here on JockJive.com. Will it cost him will be the question. That was huge. Monroe, Louisiana with the bases loaded and 2 out, and they strike out and end the inning. So Roberson gets out of the jam with a strikeout, his 3rd of the inning and 3rd of the game. They've got a 1-0 lead, and now Monroe will go back to work defensively. Trace Smith, Hunter Neal, Trey Lindsay, and if one of those 3 gets on board, Damian McLaughlin will come to the plate, the right fielder in today's contest. And that'll be the bottom of the order. Then we'll go back to the top. Louisiana-Dixie Majors Baseball, proud to support this broadcast. Jason Parker, Louisiana State Director, along with the Louisiana-Dixie Majors Board of Directors, congratulating all the teams in World Series play. We are glad that we could help support and bring you this Final Four broadcast. The 2018 Louisiana Pre-Majors and Dixie Majors teams, both from the Jefferson Parish East League, along with the host Monroe team, are great representatives for our state program. World Series tournament play is an exciting time for everyone. We appreciate Sterlington Monroe serving as our World Series hosts for Dixie Majors, and we wish all the teams the best in the World Series. Now, the Chipley, Florida pre-majors has been moved. They are now playing in Ozark, Alabama due to rain conditions, so you can catch the semifinals/finals of that tournament on JockJive.com as well. Just search for the pre-majors. Ground ball on the first pitch, bobbled, and going to be an error, and Trey Smith is going to be on. Just a little roller, and trying to grab that and make the play was Parker, and the ball just kept moving on him. Couldn't get the handle. It'll be an error. And a runner at first with nobody down for Neal. So Hunter Neal now to the plate from the right side. Hunter looking for his first hit. He didn't get a hit yesterday. Shows bunt, pulls back, and it is going to be ball one. Got up in the game just 2 times yesterday. Snap throw back to first, swinging the tag down, but back in time goes Smith on ball 2. And again, Neal showing bunt. Tight over at third base is Heath as he comes in on the grass and continues to approach the plate. And on the outside corner this time, a called strike. So the count goes to 2-1. 2 balls and a strike to Hunter Neal. Down low, and he says 3-1. Well, an opportunity to lay down a good bunt here on a 3-1 pitch. This has got to come to him, otherwise he'll put 2 runners aboard with a walk issued. Neal, though, not showing bunt, swings away to second, to shortstop for 1, relay to first in time. A very nice double play ball. That's how you do it.
Now batting for Texas, shortstop number 3, Trey Lindsey.
Trey Lindsey now, the shortstop, the pitcher yesterday who did a great job on the hill. Getting the win for his squad, 1-0. Takes strike 1 on the outside corner. The 0-1 delivery is up high for a ball. And it is 1-1. Infield now is out on the edge of the grass. 2 Hopper coming in, the third baseman, picking it up, throwing over to first on the bounce. Pulled his foot. Not a very good throw there. Pulled him off the bag, and it'll be an E5. Maybe got a little too relaxed in that attempt to make that throw. You got to make sure that you plant. He was running, and he kind of did one of those, what you would call the major league flips. Well, it didn't work for him. He pulled his first baseman off the bag. So the error is recorded there on the third baseman. And that was Will Heath, and just was coming in, and like I said, maybe kind of showboating a little bit there, and it doesn't work for him. So runner at first with 2 down, and it's ball 1 to McLaughlin, the first time he's in the game. And it now goes to 2-0. I believe last night he did get in late as a pinch runner. 2-0 count, 2 outs, runner at first for Texas. 1-0 lead. Strike on a fastball on the outside. We are in the top of the 2nd inning here, the championship match. This game's scheduled for 7 innings. Whoa! McLaughlin does a back bend to get out of the way of that one, and the count goes to 3-1. Damian, good stretch there. Three-1 pitch. Check swing, and he started to lean towards first, and the umpire said nope. Raises the right hand for strike 2. 3-2. Full count. Runner at first. Lindsey. We'll see how far he leans, and will he go? Yes, he does. Pitches up high. Ball 4, and a walk issued. Runners now at first and second. So an error and then walk puts 2 runners aboard after the double play ball. And we go back to the top of the order for Christian Biggs, who grounded back to the mound on his first trip to the plate. So again, both teams putting runners aboard. So far, though, Texas with the only run on the scoreboard. 2 down, 2 on for the left-hander Biggs. Time is called, as you can hear the umpire say. Swung on, ground ball, knocked down by the shortstop on a dive, flipping it back to second base. A very, very nice play being made there for the 3rd out. So they strand the 2 runners, and boy, Parker that time with a dive to his right, able to flip from the elbow from the dirt to second base to get the out and to end the threat and the inning. Going to the bottom of the 2nd. It's all happening right here on JockJive Sports. We're back in 30.
Just about all White Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Chuck Sebastian for JockJive.com. Glad to have you along. And for those of you that are listening on the sports beat of East Texas, ESPN 1450 AM, 96.9 FM, good morning to you, and thanks for tuning in. Right now, Texas on top with a score of 1-0 over Monroe, Louisiana. Monroe coming to bat here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. It'll be 7, 8, and 9 in the order. Trevor Rugg, Cameron Dollar, and Kent Berry. Rugg will bat from the left side. The first baseman getting his first opportunity to see Colton Roberson. And the first pitch is going to be down in the dirt in ball 1 as that one scoots off the catcher's mask and into the backstop area. Roberson again with 3 strikeouts in that first inning, gave up one single and 2 walks, but able to get out of a bases loaded jam with a strikeout into the glove on a foul tip. Changeup delivered, smoked, right field, deep, deep, deep. That ball's out of here. Trevor Rugg with a big home run shot over the wall at 330. Touch 'em all, Trevor Rugg. And the ball game is all tied up with the home run shot. Just that quick, the ball game changes. And as I said, Monroe, they've got power in the bats, and he hit that one well, but that changeup was right there. It kind of hung out in the middle of the plate, and Rugg put the wood to it and sent it over the right field wall. Cameron Dollar also bats from the left side. He'd come to the plate now with nobody out, bases empty, and a new game tied up 1-1. First pitch is away and outside on a fastball. And that one is outside and in the dirt and skips by the catcher, and it'll be 2-0. Dollar looking for something here to swing at. That one hit well, too, to right field. Right fielder waving his hand, says he's got it. And no, out of the glove as he hit the fence. Rounding second and headed for 3. It's going to be a stand-up triple. I don't know if he got the glove on it or not. He waved at it like he had his chance, but then he went into the fence with his left hand out. And they're not lighting up the scoreboard. Hit or error. I believe that was a triple all the way. I don't think he got his glove up to that ball. And because he had to put his hand out to extend it because he was going to run into the fence. That ball just kept carrying. So either way, Cameron Dollar is now standing at third with nobody out, and at the plate is Kent Berry. Berry pitched in yesterday's game. Down low, and the count is 2-0, and he was pitching fine. Both starting pitchers yesterday, started fine, but until the fourth inning, and then both teams broke out with the runs, and both teams lost their starting pitchers. Strike on the outside corner. North Charleston, South Carolina, and of course Monroe, Louisiana. Both teams scoring big runs in the fourth inning. So Berry with the count of 2-1. Nobody out, runner at third, tie ball game, 1-1. This one swung on, popped high in the air, shallow center field. No, it's going to stay in the infield. Shortstop moving over to make the catch. So just a high fly ball out. Looked like it was going to carry a little more than that, but doesn't. And it stays out there in the middle of the infield, so to speak. Behind the bag at second. Back to the top of the order, Chase Duncan, who struck out his first time up. It was the first of 3 strikeouts back in that first inning. Comes to the plate with a runner at first, 1 out, a 1-1 ball game, and here we are in bottom of 2. Shows bunt, pulls back, and coming way down the line was Dollar, and he scampers back to the bag. I'm not sure if they were going to try maybe a squeeze here or up high, 2-0. Again, Dollar coming down that line. We've seen some aggressive base running here at the stadium, and it has cost a couple of teams, though. Got to be careful doing something like that. There's a strike on the corner. Two-one count, 1 down. Dollar getting a pretty good lead over there at third. Pitch is way outside, and it'll go to 3 balls, 1 strike. Austin Tidwell, who singled his first time up, is in the on-deck circle. Colton Roberson trying to get out of this jam. Swung on, grounded foul just past the third base coach, and the count will go full. Certainly definitely don't want to have to pitch this way throughout the game. It takes its toll on Roberson, and any pitcher for that matter, having to try to fight off base runners within scoring position. High fast, or a high changeup that does not drop. Looked like it might even be a breaking pitch. And another walk issued. And now Tidwell will come to the plate with runners in the corner and 1 out. We'll see if Duncan takes off to try to take second. Usually the free pass here. Here's Tidwell, had a first hit of the ball game after the strikeout of Duncan. Back in the first inning, stole second, got to third, and was stranded as they'll throw over and keep Duncan close at first. Remember, he's got to remember about Dollar being over there at third on that throw to first. It's got to be good. Both runners with the lead. Laying down a bunt. It's a perfect bunt. They're going to go right to the plate. Oh, and he threw it too high. His catcher had to jump up. Misses it. Now they're sending the runner to third. He'll be safe. And Tidwell will go to second on the fielder's choice error. And that'll go as an error on the pitcher. So Tidwell down at second. Chase Duncan goes to third. And Cameron Dollar comes home. And it is a 2-1 ball game. So the first error of the ball game against Texas. And it was just a routine play, but when he threw it high. Kind of let it go high. His catcher had to jump up for it, hit the glove, and kind of bounced. Out of the glove it comes. And the run scores. And then Tidwell, of course, is turning as they're throwing down to third now to try to get Duncan, who is sliding in underneath the tag. So with 1 out, 2 runners still aboard at second and third, Monroe, Louisiana has taken the lead for Will Heath, who comes to the plate, who was a strikeout victim his first time up. First pitch is outside. Ball 1. Change up, swing and a miss. Really nice pitch. 1-1. Down low, missed that one. 2-1. Roberson throwing a lot of pitches here. Early on, a lot of pressure with runners on the bases in the first 2 innings. On the corner, no, did not get it. Looked good, but missed. 3-1, and again, trying to stretch. 2 hits here in the inning and a walk. 2 runners aboard, 2 runs have scored. One of those a solo home run shot. Inside tight, ball 4. Loaded the bases once again. In the last inning, he had the bases loaded, got out of it with a strikeout. Luke Honeycutt coming to the plate, the left-hander with bases loaded. This time, see if he can produce a hit. He got walked his last time up. He was one of the 2 guys on the bases when Dawson Huckabee come to the plate with bases loaded. See what Luke can do here. Helps himself if he can produce, as Luke is the pitcher of record right now. The infield going to come in tight, of course, with 1 out. They'll try to get the run at home. This is a tag and toss if you can complete the double play ball. Check swing, and he just dropped it into left field. Beautiful hit. This is going to score possibly 2. No, they're going to hold the runner. So it's kind of a check swing single, and Honeycutt will produce 1 more run for the Monroe squad. Everybody else moves up 90 feet. Just a little slice into left, kind of a check swing.
Number 24, he's out into 1. Now batting for Monroe, shortstop number 19, Peyton Parker.
4th hit of the ball game produces a run. Parker now with bases loaded and a 3-1 lead. Still only 1 out in the inning. Curveball missed on the inside corner, ball 1. How long will they leave Colton Roberson on the hill will be the question, as the 8th man is at the plate right now. All the runners off the bag. Infield in and tight. Pitch is low for ball 2. Roberson has struggled now in both innings, able to work out of a jam in inning number 1. Got a bases loaded jam again here, but this time with only 1 out. And a very good bat at the plate. Time is being called, and the coach is going to come out from Texas and talk with his pitcher. Started off with the home run to Trevor Rugg. And then Cameron Dollar hit one all the way out into the warning track that I believe the right fielder had trouble. I saw him stick his left hand out. Looked like he hit the fence with it, Glothin. And then standing on third was Dollar. Then we get a fly out, infield fly to the shortstop from Kent Berry, a walk to Chase Duncan. Then a fielder's choice error pitcher on the next batter, Tidwell, who gets the run home. And then a walk to Will Heath, and then a single to Honeycutt, and another run scored. So that's what has happened here in the game so far. And it looks like we are going to get some changes, and Colton Roberson is going to be done for the day. So we are going to take a break. We're going to come back. A pitching change here coming up next. It's a 3-1 ball game. Monroe will tell you who's on the mound coming up.
Just about all White Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it.
Riverside finishes with 51 pitches. Now pitching for Texas, number 7, Trevor Clark.
Welcome back, everybody, as we get a change there. It looks like they're going to make the change in right field. That is where Roberson is going to go, and Trevor Clark is going to come on, the right-hander, and he'll deliver his first pitch for a strike. So Clark is on the hill. Looks like he took over for McLaughlin in the batting order, and Parker takes strike one. Yeah, but the count was 2-0 to him, so now 2-1 or 3-1. So they changed it in the middle of the count. Even tougher for a pitcher to come in with a 2-0 count and 2 bases loaded. Right back to the mound. Oh, he ducked his head, got a glove on it, bobbled by the shortstop, can't get to the bag. That one ricochets off the glove of the pitcher, but the shortstop's got to make that play. He does not. Run scores. Everybody moves up 90 feet. And I'm going to give that an error on the shortstop because that's a ball he should have been able to pick up and touch the bag at second, at least get the one out. He was right there, but he hit it, knocked it down with his glove, went to pick it up, dropped it, and went to put the foot on the bag and was too late. There's the 9th man in the order. And it is Huckabee who comes to the plate. (4-1) still, 1 out, bases loaded. Curveball. Wow, a lot of movement on that. What a beautiful pitch, 1-1. Boy, did that have some movement. Clark trying to get him out of the jam here. As another run plates. 4-1 lead now for Monroe, Louisiana. Takes his time on the hill, gets himself set, delivers fastball down low and away. And it's 2-1. Just overthrew the pitch. Really working the ball in the glove, trying to get the grip that he would like. It's kind of hard from our view to see what he's throwing. Can see a lot of movement on the pitch, though. Infield in tight on the corners. Outside again, whatever he's trying to throw, he's not getting the momentum to get him across the plate. He's throwing it down and away. 3-1, big pitch here. Curveball, got it again. 3-2, same pitch he threw earlier. Good breaking pitch. Coming on the inside of the right-hander and leaning on the corner. Again, swung on this time. Slow roller to third. Picked up by the third baseman. Throw over to first. They'll get the one. Everybody else will move up on the sacrifice. Second out goes 5-3. Will Heath scores. Honeycutt down to third. Parker down to second. 2 outs. 5-1 lead. And back up in the order again is Trevor Rugg, who started it off with a home run. Swings at the first one, off the handle, is going to maybe drop in. No, yeah, it did. Drops into left center field as the shortstop. It looked like he may have gotten a piece of the glove on it, but not enough. And it drops into shallow left field. 2 runs will score And Rugg, with his second hit of the ball game, has now produced 3 RBIs in the inning. Still 2 outs. And Cameron Dollar, who had a triple off the wall his last time up, comes to the plate. Swing and a miss at a fastball. It is now a 7-1 lead here in the bottom of the second inning for Monroe after Texas had taken a 1-0 early lead. Inside, got it in there for strike 2. Dollar kind of looked at the umpire like, what do you call it? Bottom of the second, and Monroe has exploded for 7 runs. Swung on, lifted high in the air, shallow left center field. The shortstop goes out. This time he's able to get up underneath it and make the catch. And finally, after the 11th batter goes to the plate, they're able to corral the 3rd out. But they pick up 7 runs in the inning. They lead it 7-1. We'll go into the top of the 3rd inning next. Texas has their work cut out for them here against this squad. We'll come back in 30 on JockJive.com.
Have a plumbing problem? Cypress Plumbing has your solution. We've been serving residential and commercial customers throughout Polk County for more than 25 years. Whether you need drain cleaning or leak repairs, water heater replacement, or backflow installation, our skilled plumbers can handle it all. We're experienced, professional, and best of all, we're affordable. For fast, friendly service when you need it, contact Cypress Plumbing today, 863-294-7319.
Welcome back, everybody, as we get set to go here in the top of the 3rd. What an inning there for the Monroe squad. They played 7, and is it enough? Yesterday they played at a 5 spot. Remember, against North Charleston, South Carolina, and they came right back in the next inning and tied that ball game back up. Took Monroe till the next inning to take the lead back and then hold on for a win by a score of 9-8. Marshall, Texas scored the first run back in the first inning. We'll see what they do here in the 3rd as they get set to go. It'll be the pitcher Roberson, who's now in right field, followed by Ben Bridges and Cole Silliman. Roberson was hit by a pitch his first time up, and he will take ball 1. So the outfield plays Roberson probably straight away. The left fielder moving over a little bit towards the left center field line. The infield is playing back behind the bags. Pitch 2 is up high for ball 2. And Luke Honeycutt probably a little more comfortable on the hill right now with that 7-1 lead. And he's outside again, 3-0. Now, this is what happened yesterday when the teams got some offense going and pitchers were on the bench for a while. They couldn't find the zone again. And right now, Honeycutt 3-0. That time he finds the strike on the take pitch on the inside corner for 3-1. Three-1 count, pitch on the way. Up high, walks the first batter.
Now batting for Texas, your catcher number 17, Ben Bridges.
Here's Ben Bridges to the plate, grounded into a fielder's choice his first time up, was able to stay on the bag and was able to score the one and only run so far for Texas. Again, top of the 3rd inning, it's a 7-1 lead, Monroe, Louisiana. Strike call to Bridges. This game being broadcast on the JockJive Sports YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and also being simulcast on the Sports Beat of East Texas, ESPN 1450 AM and 96.9 FM. Outside pitch, 1-1. My name's Chuck Sebastian. Glad to have you along this morning for the JockJive Sports channel and for Dixie Baseball, the final game maybe of the day, the Major World Series championship game. Monroe with a win takes home the trophy. Texas with a win. They'll take a 30-minute break and play it again. 2-1 count now to Bridges, the catcher, with a runner at first, nobody out. Swung on, ground ball to third. Oh, off the glove, bounced off the hand, and no opportunities. It rolled all the way to the shortstop. And again, Heath on the hot corner having a little trouble today. That'll go E5, and it was a hot shot, but hit the glove and hit the hand and ricocheted out of there, so he never made the catch. So 2 runners aboard now for Texas, no outs. Coach is chatting with the umpire about something, the coach from Texas. And now the 2 umpires going to come together as well as the first base umpire. Not sure what this is about. Well, whatever it is, the discussion is over and they're back to their respective positions. And the big man, Cole Silliman, who hit a double his first time up, is coming to the plate. This kid can hit, and he's got some serious power. 2 runners aboard. Fastball, grounded again. Heath picks it up, fires to second for 1. Relay to first, double play. That time, even again, he bobbled a little bit, but he was able to stay focused to make the throw to get the double play ball. 5-4-3 in your books. Roberson goes down to third.
Now back for Texas, number 15, Ty Jones.
So quickly with the double play ball, their second one of the day, it's 2 outs. Jones comes to the plate, take the pitch outside for ball 1. Top of the third inning, Texas 1, Monroe, Louisiana 7. Texas with a runner at third and 2 out. Ty Jones struck out his first time up at the plate. Takes a strike on the corner, and the count goes 1-1. Honeycutt works pretty quickly from the hill, the right-hander. Looks in, gets the sign, ready to go. Fastball swung on, sliced into right, gets down, it's a fair ball, and it will. He will hold up at first, but the run will score, and it's an RBI single for Ty Jones. Texas plates run number 2. Now bring up Trace Smith. Got on by an error by the shortstop his first time up. There's been more than a few balls that have been hard to handle in the infield. Like I said, total difference from turf to grass. First pitch to Smith on the outside corner, called strike. Jones down at first with a halfway decent lead. Oh, there's a lazy swing and a miss. Strike 2. Boy, it didn't look like Smith wanted to go, but then decided that he was halfway through, so just finished the swing. But it's a quick 0-2 count now. See if Honeycutt goes on the corner. He does. Check swing, did he go? The umpire says no at first. And that's exactly the pitch he wanted to see if he'll chase, and he just about did. 1 ball, 2 strike count, 2 out, runner at first. 7-2 ball game now. Monroe on top of 3. Swing and a miss at a high heater. Strikes out the batter to end the inning. But Texas does pick up 1 on the 1 hit, and they strand a runner. There's 2 errors in the inning as well. We've completed 2.5. Going to the bottom of the third next when we come back right here on JockJive.com. Back in 30 seconds.
Ozark, a quaint southern town in southeast Alabama, home of Fort Rucker, the world's largest helicopter training facility, and the Army Aviation Museum. While you're in Ozark, enjoy unique shopping and dining. Visit our beautifully manicured downtown square, home of Claybank Jamboree and the Ozark Crawdad and Music Festival. Relax at Ed Lisenby Lake with its excellent fishing and 3-mile walking and birding trail. But no baseball enthusiast can leave Ozark without visiting historic Eagle Stadium, built in 1946. Come enjoy Ozark.
And for those of you watching on JockJive's channel, of course, the commercial there showing you Eagles Stadium in Ozark, Alabama. That is where the pre-majors got moved to this morning due to the rainfall in Chipley. So they were not going to get those games underway, and they're in day 2 of the semifinals because they had to postpone yesterday, and then the championship to be played as well today. So they moved that to Ozark. Here in Monroe, Louisiana, though, we have got a pretty good temperature outside. It's not too bad for those of you intending the game. 81 currently with sunny and partly cloudy skies, I guess you could say. Pretty nice conditions. A light wind blowing at times. A 7-2 ball game as we get set for the bottom of the 3rd inning. The umpire going out into the outfield. Checking on something, but... He's giving a thumbs up, said he's ready to go, so everything looks good, I guess. Bottom of 3, 7-2 lead. Monroe coming to the plate with Kent Berry, the right fielder, who popped out to short his first time up. And back to the hill for his first complete inning of work will be Trevor Clark. He came on in the 2nd inning to finally get the last outs to get out of that big jam they had going. 7 runs plated in that 2nd inning for Monroe. Ball 1. Squares the bunt, pulls back on the corner though for strike 1, 1-1. So Trevor Clark, the right-hander, came in to take over. Big swing and a miss by Berry for strike 2. Next, a pretty decent crowd on hand for an early morning game here in Monroe. First day of August. Hard to believe it's August already. Man, the month has went by. The year has went by so fast already. So championship day here today. Day off tomorrow for yours truly. And then headed for Branson, Missouri for a Cal Ripken World Series. Looking forward to that starting on Saturday. This one swung on, hit deep. Center fielder coming in, though, a couple of steps, not as deep as they thought. Boy, it was very deceiving there. So fly ball into center field for the out. Berry looked like he got a hold of it. That ball just kind of stopped and died. And an easy play for the center fielder, Christian Biggs, to come in and make the catch for out number 1. Here's Chase Duncan now at the plate. Chase walk, strikeout, and run scored today. Lays down a bunt and a beauty, but it's right back to the mound. And coming off the mound, making the throw over to first for out number 2. So Duncan tries to get on with the bunt, but Clark right there to pick it up and make the play. 2 away. There's Tidwell. Single today, stranded at 3rd, got on by a fielder's choice, and it was a throwing error by the pitcher to the plate. And Tidwell ended up scoring in that inning in the 2nd. Curveball comes way inside, ball 1. I thought it was going to hit him. And it didn't look like Tidwell really was going to make a move to get out of the way. Way outside, 2-0. So the 2-0 pitch in the dirt, and quickly 3-0 to Tidwell. Someone got to find the strike zone quickly. You don't want to put any more runners aboard. They've already got a 7-2 lead. There's a strike on the take pitch, 3-1. 7-2, bottom of 3. Monroe leads this game. with 2 down and a 3-1 count. Whoa, way outside. That one way away from the catcher as well. Somehow he's able to. No, he did not make the save there. That ball goes all the way to the backstop. So a walk given up. Walks have hurt both sides, and actually last night same thing. Some walks in the game as well. They'll come back to haunt you. Texas won their game because of a walk issued to the first batter in the first inning against Arkansas. It was the only run they scored. Will Heath, who hasn't had a great day out at third, and at the plate he's walked, scored, and struck out. Takes strike 1. Heath steps out, now steps back in. Runner at first, it's Tidwell with a decent lead. Takes off and goes. The pitch is outside and low, no chance for the catcher. Stolen base for Tidwell. 1-1. That's his second of the day. So Monroe, even with the lead, staying aggressive on the base paths as Tidwell takes 90 feet. Swung on and fouled off to the right side, out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Steps back in. 1-2 count, 2 out, runner at second. Clark. Long look, now delivers. Swung on, popped up right side. Right fielder moving over, center fielder moving over. Right fielder says mine, and he will take the catch and make it for the third out of the inning. They will strand the 1 runner. We have completed 3. It is a 7-2 ball game right here on JockJive.com. Glad to have you along. I'm Chuck Sebastian. Thanks for tuning in. South Carolina Dixie Majors Baseball, proud to support this broadcast. TJ Roston, South Carolina State Director, along with Ted Jones, the Assistant State Director. Wish all of the teams the very best. They are glad that they could help support the live broadcast here of the Final Four of the Dixie Pre-Majors as well as Dixie Majors. 2018 South Carolina State champions from North Charleston are a great representative for our Pre-Majors and Majors divisions. North Charleston is a perennial champion in the Dixie Majors division with their 6 previous titles and 15 consecutive years of World Series participation. Again, congratulations to them from South Carolina. They played a great game last night. Unfortunately, they just couldn't score enough against this Monroe squad. They ended up losing 9-8, but they gave Monroe a little bit of a scare in the bottom or in the top of the 7th inning by plating 4 and getting to within that 1 run they needed. So we get set for the top of the 4th inning. Again, no runs scored there for Monroe. They did leave 1 runner aboard. And now Marshall, Texas, again, down 5 runs. Will get set to come to the plate. Should be Hunter Neal, Trey Lindsey, and most likely Clark, who is now the pitcher, who I believe came in and took over the 9th spot in the order. So we go back to work here in the top of the 4th inning. And the right-hander Honeycutt delivers. Swung on the first pitch, sliced into right field by Neal. He'll round and he'll get the single to get things going. And Texas puts their first runner aboard with a single. Third hit of the ball game. Trey Lindsey coming to the plate. Trey got on by an error his first time up. Shows bunt, pulls back, ball 1. Charging hard was Heath over there at third. First baseman holding the runner. Neal. Outfield straight away. Pitch low. 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes, nobody down. Top of the fourth, down by 5. Texas with their first runner aboard on a leadoff single. Showing bunt, laid down nicely. Heath picks it up, flips over to first. The sac bunt works. They move the runner to second. First out of the inning. Heath using the glove to scoop that up. Usually you go barehanded when it rolls like that. And it is Trevor Clark that is doing the hitting here as he came in for McLaughlin to pitch. McLaughlin, of course, who was in right. Roberson took over after being relieved of his pitching duties. And Clark will take strike 1. Runner down at second is Neal. Clark at the plate. 1 away. Swung on and a foul ball, I believe, might even caught a piece of the cleat. Second time we've seen a batter hit himself with his own foul ball. And it goes quickly 0-2, and it definitely you don't want it to happen to your pitcher. You don't want it to happen to anybody, but especially your pitcher. So Clark now with an 0-2 count. Honeycutt checks the runner, now delivers. Fastball again, and Clark got just a piece of it, fouls it off back here to the screen, into the netting. For those of you that are just joining us, 7-0. 7 runs were plated in the bottom of the second, giving the Monroe squad this 7-2 lead here. Time is called, even though the pitch was coming. Started off Texas scoring first. They got a run in the first, but Monroe came back in the second, got 7. And Texas picking up 1 in the third. And that's where we stand right now, 7-2 in the fourth. Changeup off the end of the bat, picked up by the pitcher and throws over to first for the out. Runner will move down to third. Fooled Clark on the pitch. Clark got the end of the bat on it. It goes out towards the mound. It's picked up and thrown over. 2 down, runner down at third.
Texas center fielder number 1, Christian Biggs.
And Christian Biggs will come to the plate. He's grounded out to the pitcher and to the shortstop today. So again, another runner aboard for Texas. Trying to figure out if they can get him around and get him to the plate. Biggs will come to the plate, 0 for 2. Woo, fastball on the corner and a nice pitch for strike 1. Boy, when Honeycutt wants to nail the corner, he can, and man, he can rip it. To Heath. Oh, off the one hopper. Nice glove there. Really nice work by Heath over there at third. Pick that up and fire for the third out. Again, they'll strand a runner. No runs on the one hit and no errors. They're a little better than halfway through the game. Texas with just the 2 runs. Monroe with 7, and they're coming to the plate here in the bottom of the fourth. It all happens next right here on JockJive.com. We're back in 30 seconds. Welcome back, everybody. Glad to have you along here for our broadcast of the Dixie Majors World Series Championship game between Louisiana Monroe and Marshall, Texas. As these two teams are battling for the opportunity to say, we are the champions, so to speak. And leading off will be Luke Honeycutt, the pitcher of record right now for Monroe, Louisiana. He'll bat from the left side here. We are in the 4th inning of play, in the bottom of the 4th. The first pitch is called for a strike. 7-2 lead, Louisiana over Texas. It'll be Honeycutt, Parker, and Huckabee to the plate for Monroe. Strike 2 right there on the edge. Quickly 0-2 to Luke. Luke with a single, a walk, run scored today. And 4 innings of work on the mound, giving up just 2 runs. Rips that one off the end. Left field coming hard. And he will make the catch and fall down to his knees and slide in. Nicely done by the left fielder, being able to get the basket catch made. Trent Ogle. Good glove out there and left, making that catch.
Shortstop from Monroe, number 19, Peyton Parker.
Here's Peyton Parker. Had the big 3-run home run shot yesterday. Today he's a walk and got on by an error and scored a run. He's got 1 out against him. Checks the swing. Did he go? The umpire says no. Pitch is outside for ball 1. So we've seen 2 balls leave the park. 1 yesterday by Parker and 1 today by Trevor Rugg. Parker slaps this one to second. Caught on the line, shot. Nice glove. I didn't think he was going to, but he just gets the glove over there. Really nice play by Neal. 2 down. Here's Dawson Huckabee now. Sacrifice and a strikeout today. Up high, ball 1. Clark trying to get through a 1-2-3 inning. Swing and a miss at a fastball, 1-1. They have not had a 1-2-3 yet so far in the game against Monroe. Changeup, swung on, couple of hops to third, clean glove. Throw over to first, the stretch made, and the out. And they finally do pick up, first time today, to get a 1-2-3 inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. We've played a completed 4. And right now it is a 7-2 lead going into the top of the 5th for Monroe, Louisiana. When we come back right here on JockJive.com. 30 seconds.
Just about all White Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Crafts got it. Long throw over, and he got it.
Welcome back, everybody. Virginia Dixie Majors Baseball proud to support this broadcast. Ronnie Adams, Virginia State Director, along with the Virginia Board of Directors, congratulating all of the teams in the World Series. Glad they could help support the live broadcast. 2018 Virginia State champions from Madison Heights and Mecklenburg. Great representatives for our state program. Outstanding volunteer leadership has made this all possible. World Series tournaments play an exciting time for everyone. Virginia wishing their teams from Virginia the best in World Series play held here in Sterlington, Monroe, and also in Chipley, Florida, which has now been moved to Ozark, Alabama. Ronnie Adams, Major State Director, and Ken Nelson, Boys State Director, are supported by a great group of district directors. So we're more than halfway through this game. We're into the 5th inning as we get set to go here, top of the 5th. Should be Roberson, Bridges, and Silliman coming to the plate to face Luke Honeycutt, who's on the mound right now, with just giving up 2 runs so far. And it looks like just 3 hits unofficially. So here is Roberson. A walk and hit by a pitch today and a run scored. He will take strike one on the first pitch. And you can hear the umpire, strike two. Just a little over an hour and 20 minutes or so for this broadcast so far. Popped up right side. Will it get into the netting? It will, and it'll stay 0-2. Yesterday, a 1 hour and 45-minute game for this Texas squad against Arkansas in a 1-0 battle. Really good game and very quickly paced, as you can say. 145 for 7 innings is pretty impressive. Don't get too many of those. Grounded right back to the mound, knocked down by the glove, and then an underhand flip over to first for the first out of the inning. Honeycutt got the glove up in time as that come back pretty quick. Knocks it down, picks it up, and flips to first for out number one. Ben Bridges now to the plate, fielder's choice, and got on by an error, scored a run, the only run Texas had up until the third inning. He's got one of the two. Fastball in there, and boy, Honeycutt on fire right now, throwing strikes. This is what you want your pitcher to do, get a little better as the game goes on. He does. Another fastball swung on and fouled off, and it's quickly 0-2, and you can get first pitch strikes. Your work becomes a lot easier on the hill. 0-2 count, one down. I'm sure they'll set up on the outside corner, see if they can't get Bridges to chase something. Chokes up a little bit on the bat. Inside, though. Change up, swing and a miss. Really nice pitch. Strikeout recorded. Second out of the inning.
From Texas, your first baseman, Cole Silman.
Cole Silman to the plate. Double his first time up for the big man, and then grounded into a double play. Again, first pitch strike. So all three hitters, first pitch strike for Honeycutt. Two on the corner. Man, he is just rocking and firing right now. A little bit of a smile on his face. 0-2 now to Cole. Curveball, boy, and he jacked that one into left center field. He's going to get down and bounce a couple times. He'll be held to a single. But a good piece of hitting there on an 0-2 pitch. Tried to get the change up by him, didn't work. Fourth hit of the ball game, unofficially for Texas, with the runner aboard for Ty Jones, who has one of those 4 hits and a strikeout today. Runner at first, 2 down. Jones at the plate for Texas. They need 5 to tie it up here in the 5th. Got some time to work with them. But, again, you got to be careful of that Monroe offense. They don't stop. They continue to come at you pretty hard. Pitch on the outside for ball 1. 1-0. That one swung on, lifted into right, chasing it down right fielder. No, it's over his head. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Silman rounding second, headed for third, being held up there. It'll be a double for Ty Jones, his second hit of the ball game, and it's a big one out into right center field. And now you've got runners at second and third with 2 outs. Trace Smith at the plate, struck out his last time up. Got on by an error his first time. And a pinch runner,
Now, for Texas, number 6, Trace Smith.
I believe, going out there to second base for Jones. No? Okay, it was just changing off some gear. All right, that is still Jones out there. Strike called on the first pitch to Smith. Couldn't see the reason why a DH would have a pinch runner, but you never know. Swung on and Boy, drilled it down the line towards first, but foul. And quickly 0-2. And like I said, Honeycutt has done a great job of getting the strike called on the first pitch to the batters. All 4 so far in this inning. 5 now have been facing first pitch strikes. They get strike 2 here on Smith. Let's see what he does with a 2-strike count, 2 runners aboard. The 0-2 pitch. Fastball high, swing and a miss. Struck him out, and boy, Honeycutt is on fire right now. Stranding 2 more runners on that big strikeout. They don't pick up anything in the inning. We've completed 4.5. We're going to the bottom of the 5th. Still a 7-2 lead for Monroe, Louisiana here on JockJive.com. We're back in 30. So 4 hits and 7 runs for the Monroe squad unofficially on the hit total, and 5 hits unofficially for Texas, 2 runs. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning with a 7-2 lead. Monroe coming to the plate. You're watching the game on JockJive Sports YouTube channel, also on JockJive.com, and being simulcast on the sports beat of East Texas, ESPN 1450 AM. 96.9 FM. Glad to have you along for the broadcast of this championship game for the 2018 Dixie Majors here from Warhawk Stadium, the University of Louisiana Monroe. Grounded towards short. Hit the glove, bobbled, error. Rugg on with an E6. And boy, the infield, like I said, again, on turf, it's a different story. Trey Lindsay having trouble over there at short. Trying to pick that one up. Runner at first, nobody out. Brings up Cameron Dollar. Triple, run scored, and a fly out to short. Again, they put that glove down, and sometimes it'll take a different hop on turf than it does on natural grass, and then it hits the dirt, and then you got a hold to your ball game there. Like I said, it plays and a lot quicker on turf. You kind of get it adjusted to the bounce and the speed. On grass and then dirt, you got to get adjusted to all kinds of things that can happen. Curveball on the corner, has great movement, gets the strike called on the outside to the left-hander. Dollar. You know, just take one piece of dirt, one little piece of blades of grass, so to speak, to change direction on the ball. Curveball missed, 3-1. So you got to play it differently, and you got to get used to the 2 different fields because you never know what you're going to end up with. Inside corner miss, walks him. Runners at first and second for Kent Berry. And Monroe trying to put more runs across the plate as Kent Berry comes to the plate. He's flied out twice today. Once to short, in behind the bag at second, and once out to center field. So see what Kent can do here with 2 runners aboard and no out. Shows bunt, lays it down the first base line. Pitcher will come off the mound, only one play. The sacrifice bunt will work, and it was placed perfectly. It'll go 1-3 in your scorebook on the sacrifice, but runners now at second and third with 1 out. And still playing some small ball. And I like this. I like the aspect of teaching these kids still the bunt is a big part of the game. We just don't see it enough as they get into the older group. But, boy, it's a huge part of the game. Curveball to start off Chase Duncan for strike 1. Duncan 0 for 2 at the plate, but he did get a walk and a run scored. Pitches outside, and it's 1-1 now. One runner at third, one runner at second. The open bag at first, 1-1 count to Duncan. Oh, curveball gets him for a strike, and Jake's going to walk away from the plate and shake his head. It was a kind of a delayed strike call, so apparently the umpire was still deciding as he made the right arm swing up. High, 2-2. Rugg at third, Dollar at second. Curveball swung on, it's going to get, no! Picked up by Lindsay at short behind the bag, throws it low, in the dirt it goes. And everybody will get an extra base because of the out of play. Boy, that was a tough play. I'm going to have to give the infield single. The throwing error, though, on Lindsay then is going to cost everybody to move up. 2 more runs across the plate. Runner at second, 9-2 ball game. And still only 1 out in the inning. Now there are run rules. 12 after 4, 10 after 5. And we'll have to be aware of here. Right now at a 7-run lead here in the 5th. Swing and a miss by Tidwell for strike 1. So they're up 9-2 here. Monroe with 3 more runs would end this ball game here in the 5th inning. Texas needs to get an out, and they needed to get it quickly. Need 2 of them actually, but 1 would be good right now to get things started. Runner at second is Duncan. Tidwell at the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ouch. Up on the shoulder. Umpire going to go out. And down to first goes Tidwell. Hit by the pitch. He's been on base every single time today. And he has scored once. Here's Will Heath. Now it gets interesting because now that winning run is at the plate, and Will Heath. Walk, strike out, fly out to right, run scored. Runners at first and second, 1 out. Ripped into left field. This will at least get 1. They're waving the first runner. That is Duncan. And he will score. Tidwell goes down to second. Heath with a single. (10-2) now. Monroe on top, 1 out, 2 runners aboard. 8-run lead. Winning run over at first. Luke Honeycutt coming to the plate. Pinch runner going out to second base for Monroe. It's number 18. No, 13, sorry. Jackson McCann going to run. Here's Honeycutt. First baseman knocks it down. He'll have 1 play at the first base, and getting over there just in time is Clark. The big man is able to pick it up and get it over to first for the 2nd out of the inning. Both runners, though, advance 90 feet. 2 outs. Peyton Parker could end the ball game with a big hit there. And another runner going out now for Heath at second base. MD Talley back out to pinch run again. So 2 runners aboard, second and third, 2 down, 10-2 ball game. A long base hit would end this one. And here's Parker, who can hit more than the long base hit. Hit one long and out of the park yesterday over the left field wall. Hits this one, drives it high in the air, though. Left field moving over. Left center, and the center fielder now calls off the left fielder and will end the threat. He hit it high and hard, but not long enough. but they do pick up 3 more runs. They now lead it by a score of 10-2 as we go to the top of the 6th inning, and Texas has a lot of work cut out for them trying to get back in this ball game. We're coming back in 30 right here on JockJive.com. Welcome back, everybody, as we get set here now for the 6th inning, and Texas has got some serious work to do here with 6 outs left in the ball game pending the outcome of the bottom of the inning or if they score here. Right now they find themselves down by 8 runs, and the run rule would be 10 after 5. So Monroe is 2 runs away from ending this ball game, so Texas needs to get something going. They've only scored 2 runs here in today's game and only 1 yesterday. And again, it's not been an easy road for them. They put up 5 against Brooksville, Florida, who knocked them into the losers bracket the other night. They won that game 5-2. They got the bye. That helped them to move farther, and then they beat Gwinnett County, Georgia 5-3. But like I said, lost that first game 12-1. So they've only, their wins have all been by just 5 runs scored total for their team. Right now they've only got 2. And they find themselves down by 8. So they're going to have to produce a little more than that if they want back in this ball game and then to make it go 7. Top of the 6th inning, though, we'll lead it off with Hunter Neal, Trey Lindsay, and Clark. First pitch from Honeycutt is a strike call. Swung on, lifted into right field, making a diving attempt. Didn't get to it, but knocked it down with the glove. Single for Neal, and a first runner aboard for Marshall, Texas.
Trey Lindsay.
Trey Lindsay's had a little trouble with the glove today over there at short. See if he can make up for it with the bat. Again, they need runners. First one is outside for ball 1. 1-0 count, runner at first, nobody down. On the corner, you hear the umpire call for the strike, 1-1. Again on the corner. Late movement on the fastball for strike 2. Struck him out. Wow, what a pitch. Lindsay goes down. That's the first out of the ball game, or first out of the inning, I should say.
Trevor Clark.
And here is Trevor Clark, the pitcher of record right now. Slow roller, and it'll roll foul down the first base side. Got just a piece of it. And the count will go 1-1. Clark trying to beat it out as he'll slowly walk back to the plate. He is the pitcher right now for the Texas squad. Had to come on in that second inning after the Monroe squad just started ripping the baseball, and they plated 7 runs. That has been the inning of decisiveness for this squad. They also played 3 runs in the last inning. That's how they have that 10-2 lead. Clark swings hard and fouls it off for strike 2, 1-2. And again, like I said, Texas had their work cut out for them coming in against this team. They would have to win 2 games to win it all. Monroe just the 1. They're the team without a loss in the tournament. Swung on, popped up right side, out of play it goes. Beautiful campus here at ULM. See another pod of diamonds out on the just past the Warhawk Stadium here. Looks like they're probably softball diamonds. Maybe baseball. Swung on again, fouled off out of play. Count stays 1-2. Just a beautiful facility. Of course, the football stadium right behind us. That one swung on and popped up high into right field, and it will be retrieved by the right fielder for the out. Waited for it to come down. That was a major league pop fly, 2 down. Runner still at first. And there's the University Park, they call that, out towards right field. You can see some of it a little bit there on your screen. There are 4 diamonds over there, so real nice park there.
Number 1, Christian Biggs.
Christian Biggs coming to the plate with 2 outs. Runner at first, and right now Texas in some trouble, down 8 runs. They need to find a way to move some runners, plate some runs if they want to stay in this game, because if they don't score here, Monroe tags 2. Game's over. If not, Texas will get one more opportunity. They'll have 3 outs to work with in the top of the 7th. Runner goes. Here comes the throw, and it'll be late, stolen base. So Neal waited. I wondered when he might go, and he does there. Stolen base for Neal. Ball outside, 1-1. 2 Biggs. 3 ground balls today to the infield for Biggs. Outside, 2-1. Marshall, Texas is the team here. In blue against the Louisiana Monroe squad here in red today. And the home audience, and of course, somewhat of a home field advantage. And they have played well in this tournament. 3-1 count, 2 down. Fastball. Oh, didn't get it. I thought he did. I thought I was waiting for the right arm to go up. Does not. Umpire says it's ball 4 and a walk given up by a Honeycutt. 2 Biggs. Puts runners at first and second with 2 out.
Now batting for Texas, number 4, Colton Robertson.
Colton Robertson coming to the plate here. Ground out, walk, hit by a pitch, run scored. Just unofficially 6 hits for the Texas squad today. Pitches up high for a ball. Outside, 2-0. Actually, 5 hits in my scorebook, but like I said, my book is not official, so. At Barfield, North Charleston, South Carolina Parks and Recreation Director, Coach Kenny Wilkinson, wishing to express sincere appreciation to the many outstanding volunteers and alumni that support the North Charleston Dixie Majors program and Collins Park. Thanks to them for sponsoring to help bring you today's broadcast. Fouled off, back to the screen, strike 1. We appreciate all of our sponsors. Louisiana, North Charleston, South Carolina, and Virginia Dixie Boys, as well as Cypress Plumbing and Heating. Inside fastball. Got it. Strike 2. Full count, 3-2. Swung on, fouled off as the runners were moving. Everybody will go back. And we'll do it again. This one swung on. Will it get through? Yes, it does. It's going to score a run. Into center field it goes. Base hit. And they'll hold the other runner at third. So Neal will score. Biggs down to third. A single for Roberson.
Now for Texas, your catcher, number 17.
Runners on the corners.
Bridges.
And now a 10-3 ball game, and breathe a little bit easier. Still a 7-run lead, though, for Monroe. 2 down. You hear the crowd asking for one more out. Ben Bridges at the plate. Struck out last time. Got on by an error. Got on by fielder's choice. Knocks it past the second baseman into right field. Again, runners on the corner, and another run scores. And Biggs crosses the plate. Roberson down to third. Single for Ben Bridges. And another run scores. It's now 10-4.
Back from Texas, your first baseman, number 19, Cole Stillman.
And coach going to come out and chat with his pitcher, Luke Honeycutt. Will this be the end or not? I didn't see anybody down in the pen earlier. This might just be a chat to simmer things down and take a breath, so to speak. It's a 10-4 ball game now. And the big man, Stillman, comes to the plate. Singled his last time up, doubled his first time up. Has been on base twice. Has not scored and hit into a double play. He's got a lot of power. He's got 2 runners aboard, first and third. It is a 6-run lead. One big swing of the bat, though, could change the entire ball game. Again, we're in the top of the 6th inning. Texas trying to make a run here late. So we'll see what Stillman can do as Honeycutt now is going to go back to work. On the outside, first pitch, fastball for a strike. 2 out, first and third, 0-1. Stillman set in the box. Honeycutt to deliver, does, fastball, 2 on the corner. Wind blowing out right now towards right. A little harder than it was earlier. Can the big right-hander get a hold of one? Way outside, trying to get him to chase, but a little too far. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 10-4 is your score. Texas with 2 runners aboard. Monroe on top. That's the slice into right field. Trying to dive and make the catch. Can't do it. He gets past him, rolling the first, all the way to the fence. 1 run will score. Waving the second one. The big man, Stillman, is headed for 3, and he's going in with a stand-up triple. Like I said, he's got a lot of power, and he's sliced one to right. And trying to make that diving catch out there was Kent Berry. He didn't get to it. The ball gets past him, and 2 runs plate. And the Texas crowd with a little more excitement and a little more something to cheer about, because it is now 10-6 on that hit there from the big man Stillman, and this will be it for the pitcher Honeycutt. He will come out of the game. When we come back, we'll tell you who's taken over. He gets a big hug from his coach. It is a 10-6 ball game now. We'll come back in just a bit right here on JockJive.com.
Just about all White Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it.
For Monroe, number 18, Eli Stringer.
Big right-hander on the mound now for Monroe is going to be Eli Stringer, wearing number 18. The big right-hander comes to the mound with 2 outs and a runner at third, and now just a 4-run lead as you see the big man Silliman over there trying to stretch that left hip area. Man, he sliced that ball into right field, and the right fielder trying to make a dive there, and it got underneath, and the ball continued to go. You know, you either play for it or you don't, and he tried to make the play, and unfortunately it kind of bit him. And when it got by, he knew it. Nothing he could do about it. 2 runs scored. Monroe, though, still with a 4-run lead here. We are in the top of the 6th inning, and a new pitcher on the mound to face Ty Jones. So Stringer, the big right-hander, comes to the hill, and we'll see if he can close things out here in the inning, or does Texas continue to battle here in Championship Wednesday. Ty Jones, 2 hits today, double and a single and a strikeout. For Silliman, he's 1 away from the cycle. He's got a single, a double, and a triple. First pitch is outside for a ball. So if the big man would get back to the plate one more time and he jacked one, he would hit for the cycle in the championship game. That'd be pretty cool. Curveball and just misses, hitting the batter. 2-0. Like I say, they're not moving out of the way either. Apparently you don't. I don't know. I've never understood the rule. I talked about it the other day. Some places you got to move, some places you don't. I don't. To me, it's silly to stand there and get hit. Runner's coming. The big man's going to come home. He's going to slide into the tag, and he's out. And he barked at the ump saying no, and the umpire had a few words back with him, but he tries to steal home. And he is out at the plate. That'll be the 3rd out. Oh boy, being too aggressive there, maybe a little bit too much. And Silliman is tagged by the catcher. He thought he got underneath it. The umpire says no. They do plate 4 runs in the inning. And boy, he's a big guy. He can run, though. He can really move. And I don't know if I would have tried that as a coach. Hey, we want to thank all of those that have participated in helping to bring you today's broadcast, including Washington County, Cypress Plumbing, State of Virginia, the State of South Carolina, the City of Ozark, the State of Louisiana, the City of North Charleston, and the North Charleston-Dixie Majors baseball program. All of those, we thank you very much for helping to bring you today's broadcast. And, of course, we want to thank the fine folks that are listening on ESPN 1450 AM and 96.9 FM in East Texas on the Sports Beat. Thanks for tuning into the broadcast today, and for all of those of you online watching on JockJive.com or the YouTube channel JockJive Sports. We appreciate that as well. Don't forget, for those of you that are on the YouTube channel and watching the game, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. That way you're up to date with all things Dixie, whether it be Dixie Youth or Dixie Baseball. Also, we do a lot of high school sports, football, and we stream those on our YouTube channel. For those of you that want to just keep up to date with all the things that are happening with JockJive Sports, and where we're going to be next, log on to our Facebook page. If you don't have that yet, here's the way to do it. You're on your Facebook page right now, right at the top on the search engine. Type in JockJive Sports. Now hit the link. First thing you want to do is click that like button. We'd appreciate it because we like you. And then hit follow, and then you can follow along. We'll keep you up to date with our schedule, where we're going to be, what's happening. If there are any delays, scores, everything is put on our Facebook page, the easy way to follow. And for those of you that use Twitter, we're on Twitter as well, and it's easy to do, at JockJive, J-O-C-K-J-I-V-E. I am Chuck Sebastian. I'm glad to be here, and here we go. Bottom of the 6th inning. Right now, just a 4-run lead as we get set to go for the bottom of the 6th. And Clark back to the hill for Marshall, Texas. And to the plate.
Now batting for Monroe, number 23, Nick Gomer.
And Gover comes to the plate now for Dawson Huckabee as a pinch hitter. And he will take ball 1. So Louisiana getting in some of the other guys that were on the bench. Outside, ball 2. Gomer, sorry, G-O-M-E-R. My apologies, folks. There's a strike called. 2-1 to Nick. Curveball for strike 2, and he kind of shakes his head, but I think he knew it. 2-2 count. And the pitch on the way from Clark. Swung way early, totally fooled him, struck him out. So Gomer goes down swinging, out number 1. And now at the plate is Stringer. Eli, of course, came in the game onto the hill for relief. He'll take ball 1. Big right-hander at the plate. 1 out. Curveball, strike 1. Bottom of the 6th inning, a 4-run lead for Monroe, Louisiana. Texas trying to keep anything off the board. Hard shot to short, knocked down, picked up, flipped to first in the dirt, but a great scoop for 2 down. And it looks like Texas is going to get that opportunity to bat in the top of the 7th. They'll have 3 outs to work with, currently down by 4 runs. Cameron Dollar now coming to the plate. Cameron with a walk and run scored, a triple and a run scored, and a fly out today for the left-hander. 2 away. Curveball just missed. Trevor Clark trying to do another 1-2-3 inning. Had one back in the 4th. Inside, 2-0. On deck would be Kent Berry. Way inside, backs him off the dish, 3-0. Take pitch here. Got the strike, 3-1. Curveball for 2. Full count, 3-2 to Dollar. And Trevor Clark now checking the count with the umpire. Like I said, the wind blowing pretty good now. You can see the flag out in right center field blowing towards the right field foul line. Curveball, strike 3 called, and he sets him down 1-2-3 for the second time today. Big pitching there. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. Final inning of play coming up next right here on JockJive.com. We're back in 30 seconds. Well, we get set for the top of the 7th inning here. It'll be the final 3 outs, maybe, for the Marshall, Texas squad. They need to plate 4 runs if they want to move this game along any further. Otherwise, it is over, and Monroe, Louisiana is going to be the champions of the Dixie Majors Baseball 2018 World Series. Again, this tournament started last week in Sterlington, right up the road. And a very nice park up there where they have 5 high school diamonds, and they're all artificial turf. And they said a half a cent tax is what helped pay for those fields over there. That's absolutely gorgeous. And then right across in the right field there, for those of you watching on the stream, you can see the University of Park, City Park, and that's 4 diamonds over there. Those will look very, very nice as well. Not sure if that's turf or not. Does look like it. It looks pretty orange for the dirt area. Show the first pitch to Ty Jones, who has a single and a double today and a strikeout, is outside from Eli Stringer for ball 1. Next one is fouled off, and the count will go to 1-1. Ball and a strike. Last opportunity for the Texas squad. They need 4 to tie it up. Curveball. Ooh, didn't get it. 2-1. See Eli, big guy on the right side of the hill. Hard throwing right-hander. Fastball missed. Down low, 3-1. And you don't want to put any runners on the board, because that is what Texas has been, last inning, was able to move those runners around. They played at 4. Then they tried to steal home for run 5. Oh, swing and a miss. He went chasing after a high fastball. And boy, this is something you start to teach when they're little. Do not chase that high fastball. But it just happens. Swings at that one, pops it up. Center fielder moving over, still moving over, and on the run will make the catch for out number 1. And now Texas down to their final 2 outs.
Number 6, Trace Smith.
Here's Trace Smith, the third baseman today. 2 strikeouts and got on by an error. Struck out swinging at a high fastball his last time up. First pitch, strike on the inside corner. Eli Stringer, the big right-hander, coming on in the last inning. Try to finish this off for Monroe. Swung on, lifted high into left field, but right into the glove of the left fielder. 2 up, 2 away, down to their last out. It'll be Hunter Neal. 2 singles, a run scored today, and a grounded into a double play. 1 to go for the Monroe team. And the host city is 1 out away from winning it all this year in 2018. Curveball missed. Hunter Neal, last hope for Marshall, Texas right now. They need runners. Fastball swing and a miss. 1-1. Curveball. Ooh, couldn't cut the corner. 2-1. You pick on the umpire. They don't win or lose games for you, folks. Remember that. Without him, no game. And a little low. What I always tell people, too, as a former player and coach, hey, umpires make mistakes. They're only human. But if you think you can do better, sign up, because they would love to have you, because they don't have enough, that's for sure. They're always looking for more. 3-1 count. Swung on, popped up. Center and left saying mine, and makes the catch. That's it, folks. There's the champions right there. They win the World Series on a fly ball to center field on a 10-6 win for Monroe, Louisiana. They are the champions of 2018 Dixie Majors Baseball. The host team from Monroe wins it all. And congratulations to them. They take the win. Texas, congratulations to them. They are the runner-up. Again, we want to thank our sponsors, the City of North Charleston, the North Charleston Dixie Majors Baseball Program, State of Louisiana Dixie Majors Baseball Program, the City of Ozark, the State of South Carolina, the State of Virginia, and Cypress Plumbing and Washington County. Those sponsors and others help to bring you today's broadcast. We also want to thank those folks listening on the sports beat of East Texas, ESPN 1450 AM and 96.9 FM. Congratulations, folks. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciated you. I hope I did your broadcast proud, and thanks to those guys at the station for calling and logging on to bring you today's simulcast. Again, congratulations to your team. They are the runners-up here in the Dixie Majors Baseball World Series. I'm Chuck Sebastian for JockJive.com. I'm going to leave the camera on while they present the awards. That's going to do it for me, though. Thanks for tuning in. Like I said, don't forget, Facebook, find out where we're going next. I will be headed to Branson, Missouri. Coming up, it's going to be a blast. Can't wait. A huge Cal Ripken World Series in Branson starting on Saturday. Find out more information on JockJive.com. Also, for those of you on Facebook, I'm on Facebook under Chuck Sebastian. That's Sebastian. You can find me there. You can find out where I'm going to be next. You can find out all about what's going to happen in Branson, Missouri. Don't forget the Pre-Majors World Series still going on in Ozark, Alabama. You can tune in right here on our YouTube channel, and don't forget to subscribe to that. Have a wonderful afternoon, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We'll leave the camera on, and the announcer making the announcements for the championships and the runner-up.
Now welcome to the field, Sandy Jones, Commissioner, Mike Streams, Deputy Commissioner, Jason Parker, State Director, Rick Perry, Assistant State Director, and Alana Cooper with the Monroe West Monroe Convention and Visitors Bureau. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2018 Dixie Majors World Series Trophy presentation. The 2018 Sportsmanship Award goes to Team Louisiana from Jefferson Parish Recreation District East. Accepting the award on their behalf are Louisiana State Director Jason Parker and Assistant State Director Rick Berry. Now for your 2018 Dixie Majors World Series runner-up, Texas! Congratulations, Texas, on a great World Series. Starting with Christian Christian Biggs. Colton Robertson. Ben Bridges. Cole Silliman. Trent Ogle. Ty Jones. Trey Smith. Hunter Neal. Trey Lindsay. Damian McLaughlin. Trevor Clark. And Mason Reeves. Head coach Kendrick Biggs. Assistant coach Keith Biggs. And assistant coach Jason Warren. All right, let's give one big round of applause for Texas. And now for your 2018 Dixie Majors World Series champions, your host team, Monroe. Starting with Chase Duncan. Austin Tidwell. Will Heath. Luke Honeycutt. Hayden Parker. Dawson Huckabee. Trevor Robb. Cameron Dollar. Kent Berry. Jacob White. Parker Coley. Zach Shaw. Jackson McCann. Eli Stringer. Nick Gover. Andy Talley. Justin Lawson. And Connor Wiley. Head coach Jay Culver. Assistant coach Blake Wolf. Assistant coach Christian Kidd. And assistant coach Thomas Nicholson. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2018 champions, Monroe. All right, Dixie fans, it's been a great World Series. We're going to see you back here next year in 2019. Now for the team trophies. 2018 runners-up, Texas. And your 2018 Dixie Major World Series champions, Monroe.